everybody, to the
I'm Fat Podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawaski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out of the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat Podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Frato's Culinary Kitchen, and I Love Fries. I am Rick Camp alongside fellow fat Jay Zawaski. Jay, it's finally starting to get a little bit warmer. The snow is melting and, people are kind of coming out of the woodwork to actually do things a little bit. And we were able to do a few things this week as well.
Yeah, had some fun experiences this week, some good meals, some other good stuff happened. And then a meal that I was not pleased with, and we'll discuss that as we go on. Make sure you're following us on all of our social media accounts. That includes Gmail.
Gmail?
It's my social media account. It's my Gmail. Oh, my God. Good start.
I like how you're an old Irish man, too.
Well, I mean, okay. You can email us. I'm fatpod@gmail.com. You can call the Fat Phone, 708-858-3314. We just had a sale in our T Public shop, so you'll probably have to wait until next week for another one.
Yeah,
but a bunch of
T Public is a website. And you can
I
buy
see.
things off of websites.
How does this Zoom work? I should do the rest of the YouTube with my face like right here on the screen. Whoa. Where are you, Rick?
You occasionally have to turn your head up so that we can see inside your nose.
Yeah. Jay, you're muted. Jay, you're muted. Jay, yeah. Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, the T Public shop is great. That link is in our bio, and then the actual social media: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at I'm Fat Pod. Yep. So make sure you check those out as well. Those are a lot of fun. We did it. Actually, we should start here. We did a TikTok taste test. That's easy to say. For the first time in a few weeks, and we tried.
We're big on TikTok. I mean,
yeah, the South African treat, not Rick's wrestling name, the Boikey's Biltong, which was awesome. Yeah. That was so good.
It was. Welcome into an I'm Fat Podcast video where we are taste testing Boikey's Biltong. Probably mispronounced that, but quite frankly, as long as it tastes good, I don't care. We've got a traditional, which is the bag that I have, and a chili version, which is the bag that Jay has.
All right.
These are courtesy of my boss, not your boss anymore, Mitch Rosen. So thank you, Mitch.
Thanks, Mitch.
Let's try these.
Oh. That's delightful. Let's trade.
Okay.
Now I'm going to give it some time.
Yeah, some room to breathe. That'll work.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Now we need to do some research on what Biltong is and where it comes from.
Right.
This comes from Long Beach, Indiana.
I'm sure that's where it originated.
Thus the tribal decorations. All right, I'm going to go with the traditional. Okay. That's definitely a beefier taste.
Yes.
That's more of a spicy taste.
Mm-hmm.
They're both really good. I think I like the chili better.
Agreed.
But I would not turn any of these down.
Yeah, this is wonderful.
Get some of this stuff. Really good.
Mm-hmm.
Boikey's. I don't know where to find it, though.
Well, actually, I did some research.
Look at you.
Did I actually close out of the tab? I might have closed out of the tab because I'm an idiot. There's actually a Boikey's place in Michigan City, Indiana.
Like a storefront, or is it a restaurant?
I think a storefront.
Oh.
I don't know. I just searched
I'm close to Northwest Indiana.
I literally searched Biltong, and it came up.
Well, the bag
on a
said,
map.
was it Crown? I think it was Crown Point. It said on the bag. So if you don't know what Biltong is, we found out after the taste test. A bunch of people got to us about it, including my buddy Matt, who lives in Ireland, who is like the worldliest dude I know. South African jerky is the closest thing that we'd have to it in the United States, but it's definitely softer. Mm-hmm. Not as chewy as jerky, and it was delicious. Because I'm hot and cold on jerky. There's times I really like it, and then there's times where I'm like, yeah, I just like if I want it, I want it. If I don't, I don't. I could see Biltong becoming something I would have in my office regularly to scratch the itch of I need something savory. You know, I really liked it.
Yeah, it was. So it says air dried beef with no sugar,
Right.
essentially. So it was really good. But we had like, what was the one was basically like a traditional, like a regular, and the other one was the chili. Which up front, not a ton of heat, but like, you know, kind of like enough where you get a little bit of the flavor.
Yes.
And then on the back end, it bites you.
Yeah. I liked
that is double entendre.
Yeah, no, for sure. Sorry to hear that. R.I.P. your butthole. But I loved both of them. I thought at first I really liked the chili more, but then when I had the plain, it was just such a, I don't know what the right word would be, but clean. Just a nice, salty, beefy taste. Really good. I love the texture. We talk about this all the time. Textures are huge for us. That's my ideal jerky texture.
Yeah, because like a lot of your what's considered nicer, like boutique beef jerky, is so dry.
Yeah.
That it's like, I don't even want to deal with it because I have to be able to find a way to chew it.
Right.
But like this is moist enough to where, yeah, it's just a really good bite.
Yeah, it was delicious. So look for that. Boikey's, Boikey''S, Biltong, Biltong. It's in a green and red bag with a black shield on it, like a tribal sort of a design. Really cool packaging. It sort of really grabs your attention. Yep. And it should, because it was really, really good. So more of that. Like anytime you guys think it's like we should start giving out the address of the station.
Yeah.
Because like our guy Bill Oakley, who was in March Fatness, which is approaching quickly, by the way.
Yeah, it really is. But yeah, Bill gets everything sent to him.
Well, he
gets new things all over.
I'm just going to have to put the address of the station.
Yeah.
And like I did with my book, say all things addressed to I'm Fat Pod, go to Jay or Rick, and send us stuff to try. We'll try it.
Yeah.
That it's hard. We don't have a big selection of exotic snacks downtown. It's a CVS and then all your junk food staples and then fancy restaurants.
And don't just send me giant tubs of peanut butter.
Yeah, don't send us stuff we're not going to like.
I appreciate the troll. However, don't be that guy or girl.
Well, it's their money, so go ahead and waste it, but we're not going to try
true.
it.
Yeah.
I'll take the peanut butter home. It's fine.
Yeah, either that or we'll use it as like a doorstop or something.
Rick's great use for peanut butter as a doorstop.
Yep.
Good. You know what's funny? The intro of the show says that man ate all our shrimp about me, and I usually don't eat shrimp because my wife's allergic. But last night I put my foot down, and I got some shrimp from Lassen's.
So you were having a fight, and you knew there weren't other activities happening anyway. So you said, "Screw it, I'm getting shrimp."
No, you're half right.
Okay.
There's a period of time during the month where I'm allowed to eat shrimp. Let's just say that.
Fair enough.
Okay, good.
A little on the nose.
But it was a little more than I intended, honestly.
Yeah.
Anyway, that can be edited out in post-production, right? That's the thing. I had the fried buffalo shrimp from Lassen's.
Yeah.
Shrimp. Maybe it's I haven't had it in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Shrimp is so good. I love shrimp. Fried shrimp. Oh, how great is shrimp? Are you not a shrimp guy?
I really have to be in a mood for shrimp.
Oh man, if my wife was not allergic to shellfish, I would eat shrimp 3 times a week. I love it.
Okay.
In all forms. Give me cocktail shrimp. Give me fried popcorn.
Is this going to turn into a I was going to into a Forrest Gump type
shrimp
thing?
Stew, shrimp salad. I love it. So we were trying to decide what we wanted to order, and I'm looking at the menu, and I look up at Hope, and I'm like, shrimp. She's like, go ahead. This is your week. I'm like, all right, yeah, shrimp week.
Shrimp week.
Yeah.
Are you just going to like binge it? Just
every meal?
Every meal.
Yeah. No,
some form of shrimp.
I got to say, I didn't say this to Hope, and she's going to hear it on the podcast, but it was probably all in my mind, but my face was like a little tingly.
Oh.
Like I was feeling like a little bit of like an itch or something after I had it. So I don't know. I think it's all in my mind.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened to Hope is Hope had never been allergic to it. And one year for New Year's, my dad used to always order lobster tail. and we would all eat lobster tail. Then one year he's like, "Oh crap! I accidentally ordered full lobsters and not just the tails." So we had a feast of lobster. And then that night she's like, I feel weird. My tongue is itchy. She's like, I'm going to go to the ER. I'm like, okay, it's probably nothing, but if it's going to make you feel better. And sure enough, she was having a reaction. So they said like your allergies are like a bucket. And when the buckets overflow, that's when like the allergies kick in.
Oh,
so like it's like a histamine bucket.
Okay.
So your body can take in
theory,
so much of it, and then once that's full, it's overflowing and you can't stop it.
Yeah. Okay. So in theory, if there's something that I'm allergic to and I've just like never had it, I don't know.
Right. Or
so I just have to have let me just binge a bunch of crap and
Let's
see what I'm
find out.
allergic to.
Let's see what I'm allergic to. Yeah. But the other thing too is that explains why a lot of adults get their allergies late in life. Like I've never had allergies, and now every week there's a day where I'm like, I have COVID. I have COVID. Like I have like gunk in my throat. I have COVID. I've taken so many rapid tests. It's insane. I'm always fine. I take a Zyrtec and I feel better, but I've never had to do that until my 40s.
Yeah, for me, it was the place I lived in college. Something in that place gave me allergies.
Scaby Hall in Northern
seriously.
Illinois.
Yeah, that's what it was. Because until I lived in the place I lived my last 2 years in college, never had allergies, anything like that. Now, if I don't take my generic Zyrtec every morning, I'm dead.
Is it Costco Allertech?
That's
what I take.
It's like the Kroger brand that's at Mariano's, where it's like a year's worth for like $22.
Nice. And
so I'm like, I don't know how. Like, I check it every time and be like, this can't be right, because like it's just way too cheap.
Are they also crispier than a name brand like at Kroger Mariano's, where you get the pizza rolls and are better?
I mean, goes down smoother, whatever. But man, I haven't been to Mariano's in a minute. I need to get those pizza rolls. I've just been, slumming it with Totino's at the Jewels.
I have them in my. I have the Kroger ones in my freezer right now. I needed a snack the other night, so I had 15.
That's it.
She goes, "That's your snack?" It was like 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, I just grabbed a handful or two.
Okay.
Or three.
When you're having a meal of pizza rolls,
The
how
bag.
many is that generally?
The bag.
Which is how many?
I think it's 35, maybe.
Nice.
But is that if that's the whole meal? Is that a lot?
Yeah.
That's probably a lot, huh? Like if I was to check the nutrition facts, that's probably 10 servings
never
or
check
something.
the nutrition facts. No, because like I'll get the Totino's bags are 50, so
Okay.
I'll just split. I'll try to do half and half.
Oh,
so,
all right.
Just to like,
I
I maybe could eat a little more, but like it's more just for the sake of having a second meal out of the bag.
Yeah, it's probably not 35. I'm trying to think of whatever the smaller bag is. I'll check.
Okay.
But anyway, somewhere that sounds about right. 25.
Okay.
Something like that. So, all right. Let's talk to our friends about I Love Fries. We've had so many people over the last few weeks telling us they've gone to I Love Fries, and it's like kind of the perfect place to go because they've had time off of work. It's like it's a place I've been meaning to try. They've talked about it forever, so a ton of people went. I had family, I had friends go. Guess what? They all really liked it, Rick. Can you believe it?
I, for one, am shocked.
54 South Villa Avenue in Villa Park is where you'll find I Love Fries, right next to the 7-Eleven, but not inside it. Google is lying to you. I Love Fries is right next door, and I can't stop getting the poutine fries every time I go. It's my absolute favorite. And 2 times in a row I've gone, and I've not been able to finish. And they give you giant portions.
Yes.
But they've got these street-style servings now, these cones, that make it much more of a snack than a meal. So if you're not in for a whole full boat of fries, you can go get the little street snack size, and it's still a solid portion. But you're not going to.
It's probably like a normal person portion.
Yeah, you're not going to need a nap afterwards. So Rick, tell them about your favorite, the ribbies and fries.
The ribbies and fries are fantastic. However, it's a bit of a rib meat shortage.
Yeah.
So I've had to pivot. And the garlic butter fries with the chicken are wonderful. I was out last night and showed it to, I don't know how well, because the podcast came up when I saw some people and they asked about I Love Fries. So I showed them the picture I have on my phone of my garlic butter fries with chicken.
It's your screensaver.
Yeah, it really should be, with just like that wonderful layer of cheese on top. I mean, it's incredible. Like, I know I want to try the hot honey fries. I got to do that at some point. Like, I'm like you. I find something I love and I stick with it. So this is going to be my go-to, but there's more I have to try from there. And I'm excited about that.
If you're looking for a romantic night out, by the way, if you go on Valentine's Day, February 14th, free cheese fries. So if you want to give I Love Fries a try, you kind of like
sexier than that.
Yeah, man, just drizzle that stuff in your mouth appropriately.
I was going to say, why would you waste cheese like that?
Check them out on Instagram at I Love Fries HQ. That's ILOVEFRYS HQ on Instagram. And that's really, I mean, just spend some time on that account, man. You're going to have a good time, I promise.
Definitely some food porn there.
Absolutely. So 54 South Villa Avenue in Villa Park. Go see I Love Fries. All right, last week, Rick, I kind of I mentioned this in passing, then I sort of quickly like nudged the conversation along because I was feeling a little like embarrassed about it. But I was talking about getting a Blackstone, and
Yes.
I was a coward and didn't feel like learning a whole new cooking mechanism, and I got intimidated by the whole thing. So instead, I used that money to buy an Xbox Series S. And I already have a PS5, so that's kind of why I'm like, do I really need two systems? But I was having severe Halo envy, watching everybody play Halo.
Yeah.
And it's been years since I've played it. And I had a bunch of Amazon gift cards for Christmas. So I'm like, screw it. I'm going to do it. I got one. So let me tell you this. If you're a gamer and you're having trouble finding a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, I can't recommend the Series S more. It's $299. There's no disc drive, so everything is digital. But what I didn't have a full grasp of, Rick, is the Xbox Game Pass,
Okay.
which is a monthly subscription. It's $14.99 a month, and then you get that includes like your online connection, right? So you don't have to do a whole other year of Xbox Live to.
Sure.
So it pays for that, and then it gives you access to this giant library of games that you can either stream or download. Like, okay, that's not a new concept, right? Like, you can go find old games and play them, and that's great.
Sure.
However, they're releasing most of their biggest titles on Game Pass day one. So instead of having to go drop $70 on Halo on top of what you're already paying, Halo is there the day the game launches. And all you have to do is install it to your Xbox, and it's there. Plus, there's a huge library of old stuff. There's hundreds of games on there. And like MLB The Show came out for the first year on Xbox this year. Day one, it was free for everybody who had Game Pass.
That's cool.
So if you're like, and here's the thing, like there is a small graphical and performance drop from the Series X or the PS5 to the S, but unless you have like a $1,500 TV, the difference is really minimal. So if you're a casual gamer or like you're like me and you're more of a PS5 guy, but you want to get into the Halo and some of the Xbox titles, the Series S is awesome. I am so glad I bought it. Like all I'm doing now is I paid for it. Now I pay $14.99 a month, and I've got access to this entire library. And then the other thing I didn't know is you can play emulators on it. So if you go into like developers mode, I have Atari, Nintendo, NES, Super Nintendo, Genesis, and arcade games. I'm going to put GameCube and PS1 on there. Yeah. And you can just go into this developers mode and play all these old games on your Xbox controller. And it's like, it's perfect. And it's all allowed by Microsoft. They're aware of it. They know about it. So you could play Mario Kart on your Xbox. You could play Twisted Metal on your Xbox. I've been playing, my favorite arcade game ever is the WWF WrestleFest.
Okay.
Which is an old wrestling game, obviously. And then there's the NBA Jam hockey version. Have you ever seen that? The 2-on-2 open ice with Pat Foley. I've been playing that. It's great. It is the best $299 I've ever spent.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I think when the new generation comes, which is years away, 5-6 years, I'm probably going to stick with Xbox. If the Game Pass stays as awesome as it is, I think this is probably the way gaming is going. And I know this isn't food-based, but it's fatness and laziness-based. So it counts.
Because Okay, this is a thing, and this is also on me for not bringing enough non-food topics to the table. This is not just a food podcast.
Right.
This is a fat lifestyle podcast.
Yes, it is.
So, to continue the theme, like something that I saw this week and I sent to you because it is relevant for me because of having a wedding to go to and the fact that it's like, hey, wear a decent suit, you jerks.
Yeah.
Guess what I don't have?
A decent suit.
A decent suit, and I'm a jerk. So this was something that I found when I literally did a Google search for suit tips for fat people. And it's from artofmanliness.com.
Ooh, I've used that before. I used that website to learn how to break in an authentic MLB hat.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm like, why do I look like Fred McGriff when I wear this thing? And they taught me how to do it.
Did you hear the story of when they asked him about the Tom Amansky stuff?
Yeah.
And he was basically like, I don't know jack about
Yeah,
this.
never seen it.
Yeah.
I showed up and pointed at the camera and collected a check.
Yep. Hey, respect.
Yep.
All right.
Anyway, yeah.
So, for those that, like me, are in need of new dress clothes because maybe you have expanded, or just in general, like for your clothes, this is 7 Style Tips for Large Men, the big man's guide to sharp dressing.
Okay.
Now, this is all relative, mind you, at least for me especially.
Yeah.
For me, it's just for dress clothes. Number 1 is fit. And it's basically just what you would think. Don't have anything that's too terribly baggy. Like, try to deal with stuff that's not necessarily like snug, but at least like a slightly better fit for you.
Yeah, baggy's a bad look. I'm learning this as I just observe people in my life. Like, ooh, baggy looks bad.
You can just say it's me. Okay.
It's not you. It is
Well-
someone else, but it's not you that I'm not going
Okay.
to talk about on the podcast.
Fair enough. Okay. 2, simplicity.
Okay.
Keep it simple for a large guy. A well-fitted, solid, dark-colored, something like an overcoat maybe, is perfect because it kind of keeps that form a little bit too. This one is obvious for lots of reasons. Lightweight. Thick, heavy.
Yes or no? No.
You're right. Thick, heavy clothes accentuate your size and make you look bulky. Also, we're warmer anyway, so we don't need another thing to help make us sweat.
Okay. So far, I'm totally on board with this list.
Mm-hmm. Wait, how many things? This is a weird thing because it's like, oh, okay. So this is like a many-part thing. This is very odd. Okay. So good. This is just like kind of an offshoot now. It says 7 things. There are more than 7 things. Good clothes for large men include clean, defined shape to the body. So suits, blazers, sport coats, that type of thing. They're going to frame you out a little bit. Bad clothes, and this is where I'm like, this seems a little bit close to home. Try to avoid leaving the house in sweatpants or athletic t-shirts unless you're trying to hit the gym or go for a jog.
No.
Nope, no sweaters, that type of thing, whatever. Ugly clothes for men. Steer clear of loose t-shirts, tank tops, and baggy shorts. Well, I don't do the tank tops, but the t-shirts and the baggy shorts, here for it.
Yeah. Don't
Screw
care.
you. Yeah, do not care. All right. And I'll roll through these pretty quick. So 7 easy style upgrades. This is like halfway through the article, so I don't know why. Switch from belts to suspenders.
No.
No.
That's announcing to the world you're fat.
Yes. Buy dress. This is the one that sold me on the article, though. Buy dress shirts with spread collars.
Oh.
And the first sentence is, if you've got a broad face, get a broad collar to go with it.
A broad collar. What does that mean? Like a bigger collar?
Like kind of like a wider,
Oh, okay.
like a wider collar.
Interesting.
This one I don't know that I agree with. Wear a hat.
No.
That's very person specific.
No.
Wear overalls for manual labor.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Overalls.
Yeah. Sport well-groomed facial hair. That's one thing I actually do okay.
Yeah.
Wear large accessories. Okay.
Rick, you need like a rope chain.
Yeah. I need a
You should
flavor
get
flavor.
or like a swag, like a swag medal from a football game.
Yeah.
Like with the spinny logo or whatever.
And then wear tailored shirts untucked.
Okay. So
Okay.
the shirts I've been wearing to work
Yeah.
are Chaps brand,
Okay.
and they're sort of cut similar to, I guess I've never tried on Untuck It because I'm like, why
Yeah.
am I paying this much for this shirt?
Yeah,
But where
seriously.
it's long in the front and the back, but then it comes up like on your hips, it comes up a little bit so it doesn't look so like you're a bell. And they fit pretty well. And I get those at Kohl's and they fit me well.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to do much with them, and I just take them to the cleaners. I could probably wear them 2 or 3 times before I need to wash them. I just take them to the cleaners and get them dry cleaned, and they work out pretty well. So yeah, I'm with you. I recommend it to you, and I could see you like walking into the wedding full of confidence, like always. And
Yes, of course.
I think you should do, and email us if I'm wrong. I'm fatpod@gmail.com. You should do the all black
Okay.
suit, black shirt, black tie, black top to bottom. That would be a good look for you.
It would really balance me out.
I think it looks cool,
Yeah.
and I think you have the coloring to make it work.
yeah.
Like it would like for me it wouldn't work.
Really white.
No, but whatever. You know what I mean? Like I'm white and you're
I-
white, but we're different shades of pink.
Yes.
We have different hair colors, kind of.
Yeah.
Like it's, certain, it works with some people and some it does. I could see that working
Sure.
for you. But don't ask me. I don't know shit. I don't know a damn thing about fashion or anything.
No, neither do I.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I could see that, and everyone would be like, "Damn, Rick, you look sharp." Yeah. Who do we know that's a
Hopefully.
good dresser? Like when we go out places, and we go to formal events at the score, like who do we look at and say they know how? Like a Baticola
Yeah.
but he's a normie,
Yeah. But he's a
Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence is a good dresser.
Normie.
Yeah. But he's short. So Lawrence has fashion challenges like we do.
Yeah,
like you look
that's
at
true.
Jason, you look at Maddie, they're both like 6'2",
Yeah.
slim, like that. They're very easy to fit.
Yeah.
If you're built like a fire plug, tell us how to dress. I'm fatpod@gmail.com.
How to dress a fire hydrant.
How to dress a fat. That's
Yeah.
a new segment. But that's interesting because we're going to the same event. And
Are we gonna have to take some pictures at this event? Like
Yeah, I
not
think-
of like other people or like, but just like stuff that's like focused for us.
Yeah, I think so. We
Like
could
the
do
food.
full on reviews of we could talk about it. It's Connor McKnight's wedding.
Yeah.
We'll do full reviews of the spread of the food. I feel like it's gonna be really fancy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna definitely load up before I go in there. Like,
Okay.
I need to have like a meal before I
Like
enter
you're gonna
the
be
building.
wasted.
Yeah. No. No. I'm saying like I feel like we're gonna have like a tiny quarter-sized piece of
Oh,
steak
yeah.
with like a sprig of lettuce and like some cream. Like that's very fancy.
Yes.
Where's my food?
right?
Rick and I will be like busting open like wedding gifts, looking to see if there's like food in there for anything.
Right.
Maybe there's like a sausage platter in here. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna eat before and after
Yeah.
that is happening.
100%.
Yeah. Okay, go visit our friends at Mazda of Orland Park, 8910 West 159th Street, Mazda of OrlandPark.com. Give Eric Vates a call, 708-444-3200. That's the number. Go get yourself a brand new Mazda. My CX-5 is running strong, running great. Very, very happy with it. Cannot wait to get the new CX-50 when that comes out in the spring. Really excited about that. I think that's going to be the next car I own. I don't know if it's going to be this year or next, but it will be that, and it will be from Mazda of Orland Park. I can't wait to begin my buying process because they make it so easy. You don't walk in there and they all hound you and bother you and try to convince you to leave with something you don't want. They take their time. They make you feel at home. They give you your space until you need their help. And then it's a completely hands-on experience from purchase to final point of ownership. They're involved and are helpful without being too intense or too in your face. So I could not recommend them more. Mazda of OrlandPark.com. By the way, this is in the Ask a Fats questions, and we'll get to
Okay.
it with a little more detail. But the Baker Square,
Yes.
there's one in Orland Park, but it's pie only. So you have to like order pie and get it.
to go.
And it's in the Famous Dave's.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never heard of that.
I know. So that might have to be a field trip. So go to Mazda of Orland Park, and while your car's getting serviced, head on over and get yourself some pie and some barbecue.
God, that sounds like a great day.
Yeah, that's not a bad day at all. Yeah, take your time with it. Dad, keep my car all day. I'm going to be here at Famous Dave's. I haven't had Famous Dave's in a minute.
Same here. Because I think the closest one to me is maybe Bolingbrook.
That's probably, yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, that's probably the close. We did a Bears pre and post from there like eons ago.
That's a good one.
I think it might have been the first one without Doug and OB. Like the first, like week one, like first one. Because for some reason it sticks out in my head.
That
outside of the
sounds
fact that
right.
it was barbecue.
Yeah. By the way, as far as chain barbecue goes, Famous Dave's is pretty legit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to hold it up to, like, legit, huge smokehouses like in Austin or whatever. Mm-hmm. But if you're looking for decent chain barbecue, that's like a barbecue place where wherever you are in the country, you can pull in and get good barbecue.
Yes.
It's good to have that.
You know where I haven't been in too long?
Where?
With the transition, Real Urban Barbecue.
Oh. Yeah, well, you've been since they've opened, though.
Yeah, I've been twice since they opened, but it's been at least a month.
That's a long time for you.
It is.
We're going to have to
really
meet. We'll have to get together, and we got to start doing some more of that stuff.
Yes.
We're...
The hanging out, instead of just like texting each other all day like we always do.
Right.
Just being like, just actually like going somewhere.
Yeah, that would be fun. But trying some, we tried to do the I Love Fries thing last week and just didn't work schedule-wise. But we'll figure it out. I want to start trying some stuff.
Yes.
And send us your suggestions. Hey, I had this great place. You guys should try it. I'mFatPod@gmail.com. Did you see, Rick,
Okay.
the Wendy's Frosty Sundaes that are coming out?
No.
Okay, these are being tested right now in Ohio. Wendy's is an Ohio company, if you didn't know. So here are the offerings. Okay. And I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. The classic strawberry frosty sundae. Your choice of vanilla or chocolate frosty, topped with sprinkles, strawberry sauce, and whipped cream.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Good.
Chocolate lovers frosty sundae. Your choice of vanilla or chocolate frosty, topped with Ghirardelli chocolate sauce, Oreo cookie pieces, and whipped cream.
Okay.
Very good.
That's good.
Big fan. How about this one? Marshmallow Charms Frosty Sundae. Your choice of vanilla or chocolate frosty topped with Lucky Charms marshmallows, Ghirardelli sea salt caramel sauce, and whipped cream.
That is you.
That is me. Absolutely.
That is every bit of Jay Zawaski.
Yes. So that's why I did that one last. Because I will be having that one first.
That's probably my favorite. Yeah. None of those are bad.
No,
those
they're
are
all
great options.
Would you do? I know chocolate strawberries are a thing, but I don't think I've ever thought of having chocolate ice cream with straw. Every time I do any sort of a fruit with ice cream, it's always vanilla. Yeah, always. But chocolate dipped strawberries are a huge thing. I should try. I don't really love chocolate ice cream though.
Yeah. Yes. I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yes. But yeah, I'm with you. I never really choose chocolate ice cream.
I do love chocolate frosties though.
Yes,
they're my go-to frosty.
See, I default to the vanilla, but there are times where I just want the chocolate frosty.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. But those are great options. So
yes.
Okay, Ohio people, let's get this approved ASAP so we can get it here.
This doesn't strike me as a thing where people are going to be like, nah. I think it's going to work.
Yeah. All right. Step it up, Wendy.
Yeah.
Get your people.
Get it over here,
people
Wendy.
Getting this over here now.
Yeah.
Another person who's actually bringing things here now.
Oh.
Shaq.
Yes.
Shaq is bringing his chicken joint called Big Chicken.
It's a big miss, Shaq. It should have been called Chicken Shack. SHAQ.
Mm-hmm. It should.
Big time miss.
However.
Just like he's at the free throw line.
Jay with the basketball reference.
I can do that.
Now I have to think of it. Now I got to try and fit in a hockey reference before this podcast is over. Great. So this is going to be in Rosemont when it ends up opening up. 9421 West Higgins Road.
Is that big O'Hare, Rosemont big thing I don't want to go to because there's people there?
Might be.
Like where Bub City is and like that whole...
Bub City's good.
Yeah, it is. That whole mall situation.
I don't know if it's in the mall situation, but I think it's near the mall situation.
All right. I will try it for the podcast.
Okay.
And we'll go to some softball games this summer, I'm sure. So do we know when that's opening, or is it open already?
Scheduled to open this fall alongside a Stan's Donuts.
I'm souring on Stan's.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's good. It's just not as good as it could be, or as good as I think it is in my brain.
Yeah.
But then I get it. I'm like, well, that was really good. I don't know what my deal is with Stan's. I need to have a come to Jesus meeting with Stan's and just go there and sit down and evaluate with an open mind.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I'm like, this is great, but there's so much happening. And my brain cannot process all of these things you've injected into this pastry. It's just too much.
Yeah.
But when I get their basic stuff, like the old fashioned and the, those are great. But I don't know, like the Nutella pocket, it's just like my brain is just can't process it all.
The menu is promising.
Okay.
Because as I look, they have different varieties of chicken sandwiches.
Nice.
And they're all, like that's where the Shaq theme really comes in. Also his ego. Because it's the MDE is the basic one. MDE standing for most dominant ever.
Okay.
Cool. That's just like with Shaq sauce and pickles.
What is Shaq sauce?
It doesn't say what Shaq sauce is, but that might lead us.
It's gonna be mayo based.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
That might lead us into our next story, but there's still a few other things to go through here. There's the Shaq Daddy, which has Swiss cheese, country ham, and Carolina honey mustard barbecue sauce
On a fried chicken sandwich?
Yes.
Hell yes.
The Shaq Attack, pepper jack cheese, jalapeno slaw, and spicy chipotle barbecue sauce.
Jalapeno slaw.
Yeah,
I would have that. It's not coleslaw. It's like relish, like jalapeno relish.
Yeah, it's closer to like an apple slaw, like in terms of probably in theory. And the big Aristotle, which is Munster cheese, crispy fried onions, bacon, sweet and smoky Memphis barbecue sauce.
Oh, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
The onion straws, that's where it's at.
Yep.
So, okay, so this is like a sandwich place, or is there chicken on the bone?
They have, let's see. It looks like they have chicken on the bone, they have strips, and they have sandwiches.
Oh, nice. All right, I'm in.
Yeah, and they have breakfast from 7A to 3P.
Oh.
Chicken and biscuit
Hangover
and egg,
option.
3 cheese omelet.
Ooh. Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah, and they got potato salad, house-made sweet and spicy pickles, and a jalapeno slaw are their sidekicks.
Okay. Well, maybe jalapeno slaw is different than what I'm thinking it is. I'll have to look it up. I don't know.
I think they have fries, too, but they're not listed on the thing that I'm seeing right now.
I would imagine
Either
they'd have
way,
fries.
Either way,
yeah,
I will try.
Yeah, you kind of have to have
I
fries,
will try
though.
this.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'm in. Rosemont is, well, it's not really close, but I can get to it quickly.
Yeah.
Because I just jump on 294 and it's not too bad. That sounds good. There's a lot of cool stuff out that way, but every time I drive by that whole thing, because we went to
zoo.
Yeah, we went to Impact Field several times this year for the Athletes Unlimited softball, and I'm always like, when I see like the other side of the highway, like I don't want to go that way. But I've been there and it's okay. It's fine. I just mental block. Too many people. All right, you led to it, and our guy Rush sent this to us, and it's from it's actually from this summer, but I had missed it, and
don't know how.
Actually, Wendy's had a really good week where they were roasting other brands on their Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, it was good. Like for instance, Gillette was like, roast us. And Wendy said, come drink out of our pink straw. It's only $2.35 more than our normal straw. Like it's, it was good. They did, it was good stuff. So Russ Schneider, our unofficial producer, calls to our attention this exchange between K Cookie Dough, that is her Twitter name, and Wingstop. And I don't know how to to do this without really crossing a line we've never crossed on this podcast before. Yeah. So I'm going to try to navigate this as much as I can. Okay. K Cookie Dough says Wingstop Ranch gotta have a certain fluid in it. No way it's just that good.
Water?
Wingstop says it's a special white sauce, but it does not contain nut emoji laughing face. K Cookie Dough responds, LMFAO, Wingstop, you gotta chill for real. Wingstop says, you brought it up. Kay says, are we flirting right now? Wingstop says, are we? Eye emoji. She says, are you close to Texas? Wingstop says, HQ is in Dallas, so yeah. Kay says, I'm 3 hours away. Be there soon, breaded or naked. So Wingstop says, breaded's great because of the boneless wings, but bone in sounds like a better option. So the latter. Kay says, God, I need you in me. Wingstop says, all you have to do.
Was that at God or was that at Wingstop?
No, it was like God, comma.
Oh, okay.
I need you in me at Wingstop. Wingstop says, all you have to do is open your mouth. Then Kay says, you're a freak. Anyway, let's move this to DMs. And Wingstop says, DMs are open. So this is from the official Wingstop page. Official Wingstop page is going back and forth with this girl.
The question, I hope somebody figured this out. Did the person running said Wingstop account lose their job?
That's
I'm
a good
hoping
question.
they did. I'm hoping they did not.
I hope not. I mean, it definitely went viral. Like every one of these has at least like 7,000 likes and retweets and stuff.
Yes.
I will warn you, if you are seeking this exchange,
Sure.
that the account of the non-Wingstop person is not for everyone. It's a 20-year-old girl that is expressing herself in ways on her account. So just be aware of that. So
Also, a major corporation is expressing
yes,
itself
Yep.
on its account.
to a 20-year-old. Whatever. She's legal. Whatever you, again, we say it all the time. Whatever you're into, as long as it's consensual, do your thing. But that to me was probably the most extreme version of branded content, except for, was it Bacon Bits, or there's some brand that like goes hard after right wingers? It was like,
Really?
it was some very random, like beef jerky brand or dog treats, or someone's gonna know it, and it's gonna drive me crazy. But like they barely ever tweet except to take shots at like fascists.
That's
It's
awesome.
like, okay, cool. I guess I appreciate that you keep confusing your personal account and your work account,
Right.
which I've done.
Yeah.
Make sure, Rick. Here's my piece of advice to you: is at the end of every week, go through the Bernstein and Rahimi Twitter account
Just double check.
and double check the likes,
Yeah.
and make sure that you were not liking things that you thought were on your own account. I've been there.
Good call.
Just nothing bad, but just like, oh, that's kind
You're
of
not the
political
only
or-
one at the station either.
yeah, or other
Well,
stations.
Right. Or other stations. That is correct. Now, you brought up the concept of consent, and one thing that you told me before the show, I thought, I'm not sure if this was consensual on your side, that you had a salad? Was this forced upon you? Did you choose to have said salad?
I did choose to have a salad, and I went to Trader Joe's last weekend, which I told you about, and I bought like some stuff just to keep in my fridge for when I got hungry and stuff. So I bought this is actually very good. So if you like salad, the Mexicali salad with chili lime chicken from Trader Joe's is excellent. Grilled chicken breast, mixed greens, corn, peppers, fire roasted tomatoes, pepitas, and Asiago cheese with jalapeno Caesar dressing. Delicious. Very, very good. I enjoyed it and felt good about myself. Hey, I had this instead of going to McDonald's or Burger King for lunch.
Yeah.
Maybe I just added 4 hours to my life. But then it completely backfires because all you had for lunch was a salad. So you spend the rest of your day starving, which means you spend the rest of your day looking for snacks, looking for things to munch on and snack on, when I could have just had a normal meal for lunch and been sustained until dinner. Instead, I had the salad, which I truly did enjoy, but then had, a bag of chips and a yogurt and a bunch of other stuff that I had just laying around. And I went up to Snackville Junction up there, whatever we call it.
Yeah.
And got some zingers.
Junction.
Because, I'm starving.
Yeah.
So it kind of backfired. So maybe I just need a bigger salad, or maybe I just need to stop eating salads, or find go get a sandwich to go with it or something. Because
put it on top of the salad.
Right. Yeah. I truly enjoyed the salad. It was good. I really did like it, but I spent the rest of the day starving.
Yeah. That's what salads do.
It was an 11-ounce salad, which isn't terribly small.
I feel like the only salad that's big enough is the Portillo's salads. Because those are gigantic.
The trough salad? Yes. Yes, those are good. The Portillo salads are good, but I'm at Portillo's. When am I going to actually
Right.
Portillo's menu? I'll have the salad.
Yeah.
No, you have to go. Hope does this sometimes. Hope goes in there with the goal of getting a salad.
And then veers left instead of veering right?
I would say probably 1 in every 4 trips to Portillo's she gets a salad.
Okay.
But it's not a healthy salad. It's got a bunch of stuff in it and bacon and,
But it's salad, so it is healthy.
By the way, I did not try the Trader Joe's pepperoni pizza mac and cheese yet. I will.
Okay.
But I did get their version of Fritos, which are called organic corn chip dippers.
Rolls off the tongue.
It really does. But these are the best Fritos ever. If you're ever at a Trader Joe's, make sure you get these. They're way bigger than a normal Frito, so it's a legitimate vessel for a dip. And they're crunchier and sturdier. So you could eat them with a buffalo dip, a bean dip, whatever. So I definitely recommend Trader Joe's organic corn chip dippers as a Frito alternative. They're fantastic.
Interesting. I have to just go to a Trader. There's just not a Trader Joe's that close to me.
Isn't there one on Ogden by you?
Is there?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know why. Ogden's a blind spot for me.
Yeah, you said that last week too. We were talking about Las Palmas.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. It must be, but that's not far from you at all.
No.
Trader Joe's, I think it's Downers Grove.
There's one that's true. There is one in Glen Ellen. I just never think of it.
Yeah. So there's so much good stuff there, Rick, and their mac and cheese is fantastic. They've got the Hatch chili mac and cheese, which is great. Those pizza flats that I made pizzas at home. They turned out perfect. They've got a bunch of good orange chicken, that sort of stuff. I love Trader Joe's. If the closest one to us is Orland, and it's just kind of far for us. But if we had one near us, I would go. That would be my grocery store. I love that place. I love it. Trader Joe's is great, and it's not terribly expensive. So, recommended. All right, is it time to ask the Fats?
It is.
The fingers you have used to dial are too fat. To obtain a special dialing wand, please mash the keypad with your palm now.
Ask a Fat is brought to you by our friend Charlie the Bacon Guy, or as I call him, Charles T. Baconfellow.
Thanks, Jay. This week we have maple pepper, rosemary pepper garlic, red wine, and cherry Dr. Pepper bacon. For bacon jams, we have the original, the bourbon, the red wine bacon jam, and cherry Dr. Pepper bacon jam. I've been trying to get those right for a couple of weeks, and I think I finally did it. Don't forget about t-shirts, jerseys, stickers, and your winter hats to keep you warm. And as always, don't forget about next month. We have the honey barbecue and the raspberry chipotle. Get your pre-orders in now. For the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
How many pounds of honey barbecue have you pre-ordered, Rick?
Oh my God. Twice as much as the raspberry chipotle, but oh my God. Those are both hey Rick, honey barbecue and raspberry.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it. I got to get the cherry Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
That sounds
the picture that Charlie sent us.
He just
of
keeps
that,
sending us bacon porn.
It is not safe for work.
Maybe Charlie runs the Wingstop Twitter account for his free time. Man, that all sounds so good. And I know you want some, so here's how you get it. Email Charlie, charliethebaconguy@gmail.com. He's on Instagram @charliethebaconguy. He's on Twitter @CZTheBaconGuy. That's how you get in touch with him for all orders. Just slide into those DMs or send him an email, charliethebaconguy@gmail.com. He's based in Woodridge, so if you are near that area, the Western Burbs, he'll meet you halfway. He can deliver. He'll make it work. If that's not an option for you, it's a $15 flat rate for shipping. So stock up. Get a group together. Place a giant order. Have your friends Venmo you their cut because you'll save on that shipping and you'll be glad you did. I promise you, if you're trying Charlie for the first time and you're sort of on the fence, you're going to kick yourself for not ordering more with that shipping fee. So if you're thinking a pound, get 2. If you're thinking 2, get 4. Always stock up. Charlie can handle it, and you'll save on that shipping in the long run. So make sure you hit him up, charliethebaconguy@gmail.com, CZ the Bacon Guy on Twitter, or Charlie the Bacon Guy on Instagram. Let's go to the Fat Phone. 708-858-3314 is the number. Leave us a message.
Hey guys, this is Lard Lad, and I have a question directed to Rick that has been gnawing at my love handle since I was a small fat. Why is it that retailers always put the bigger pants on the bottom shelves? I understand organizing things from smallest to largest, but you could organize them from largest to smallest. I think that they just enjoy watching us fats struggle on our hands and knees, struggling through piles of pants on the bottom shelf, trying to find the rare pair of pants that'll actually fit us. If you could answer this question for me, I would appreciate it. I've been thinking about this for 30 years or so, and I just think that they hate us. Thanks, guys. Love the podcast. Bye.
I 100% feel your pain, and I feel like I have a good grasp on why this is.
Okay, I'm interested. Have you ever worked in retail, by the way?
I have, but not in the clothes department.
Okay.
So I worked at Target for 3 years before I started at the Score, but I was on the all non-clothes things, essentially. So I think part of it is that they don't want people associating whatever style of pants it is with fat. So they kind of bury them at the bottom so that people see the normal size, so that what they view as the larger majority of people get their sizes at the most convenient height. And also so that a certain pant style doesn't get associated with fat more. Because in terms of clothes, fat is, I don't know if it's necessarily taboo as much anymore, but it's not preferred. It's just like with sneakers, how if it's like a specialty sneaker, they never, make them in wides because it might not be exactly how they want it to look. And so I think it's mostly just like, let's keep the fat people out of eye shot, which is generally a rough concept to try and accomplish. But like in terms of the clothes here, I think that's a big part of the reason why.
It could be. I think we might be projecting this a little bit, and I'm trying to think like, what is the real reason that it's that way? I think it just has to do with logistics. Because if we're talking about the stack O pants at the store, right, where the fat ones are on the bottom and then they get smaller,
well, this isn't
you're
necessarily
building a pyramid.
It's not. No, he's saying like when there's like multiple shelves. Like if let's say there's like 4 shelves.
Oh yeah, okay. I know what you're saying. Yeah. So like,
then the fat ones are always at the bottom.
That's true. Maybe they're trying to help us, make us do a little bit of physical activity during the course of the day. Just make him bend over one time today, and it will help. It'll give him add 3 minutes to his life. I don't know. I think in the stacking sense.
Sure, in the stacking sense, it makes sense.
And I think on the rack too, you want to go like small to big, so people, because I know like when I'm shopping, if I need my double X, I just go to the back and I'll find it.
Yeah,
and that's probably has to do with visually too.
Yeah, 100%. But this is specifically in the instance where there are multiple shelves, always on the bottom.
Yeah, but I wonder if they're doing the same like small to large. You figure smaller people are closer to the ground.
You would think.
Just put the smaller. And by the way, I think you use the term normal sizes. Guess what? We're in America.
True.
Normal sizes are
relative term.
Are close to the floor. I promise you that. Yeah, that's interesting. It is the pants thing has been a frustration for me before. I'm thinking of the Wall O jeans at Kohl's.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking.
And they're in Old Navy is the same way, where they're all the big sizes are on the bottom. Whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe they just want to see our butts. Could be.
Probably not.
Hey, Fats, this is Kevin from Indiana. I've always wanted to make this voicemail. So I'm about 4 beers and 1 shot deep, and I'm at my local pub, and they serve me the pizza. And the pizza comes, I start eating the pizza, and I see this grate, and there's a regular pizza platter, right? Then there's the grate, and then there's the pizza on top of the grate. Okay. And so I'm looking at this thing, and then I see any like residual greases from about 4 or 5 pieces eaten, and I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, oh wow, this thing makes some sense. So my question is this: how many times have y'all gone out, ordered a pizza, and excuse me, and you see the pizza served on a grate, and any residual greases are then dripped into the pan below? That's all I want to know. All right, guys. Cheers. Happy weekend.
More drunk voicemails, please.
Yes, that was. I don't know if that was Gar Foreman or George McCaskey. Gar Foreman with the not only on the floor.
He was getting higher pitched, and then he turned into Owen Wilson at one point. Oh wow, there's a grate. Wow.
Wow. Last week, for no good reason, I watched the Star Wars Owen Wilson video.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Memories. Stuff we did instead of paying attention.
Oh, all the time.
Anyway.
Like this podcast, literally.
Yeah. There is somewhere with the grate. I just don't know where it is. I've seen it before, but I can't place where it is. But it makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
It just does make serving the pizza a little bit of, because it gets stuck on the spatula, gets stuck on the grate. But yeah. I probably know the answer to this, but if you see a pizza that's really greasy on top, do you do the paper towel thing ever?
No.
Now, I think the only place I did that was
maybe once.
Yeah, Fox's Pizza. There's one in Oakland. There's one in Orland. That's the only place I did it, and I did it every time because it was just like a sea of. Yeah, it was like pooling. I think it's because of how much cheese they use, though.
Sure.
So it's a natural kind of a thing, but they just lay It's like a Brawny commercial. You just lay the paper towel on a pizza. You wait for the paper towel to become translucent. And then you throw it away and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. The grate's a good idea, though. Big fan of the grate. Makes a ton of sense. By the way, I want to shout out John. Happy 41st birthday. I was asked to do a shout out today. So there it is.
Nice.
Happy 41st birthday, John.
Happy 41st, John.
Happy birthday, Chico. All right, let's get to the Ask a Fat questions.
Ask a Fat about this and that. It's time to chat with the Fats.
Ask a Fat is brought to you by Frato's Culinary Kitchen, 628 South Roselle Road in Schaumburg, FratosPizza.com, FratosBakery.com. Get their cookies. You owe it to yourself. My God. And at Frato's Pizza on Instagram. That's Fratos. Go try our food. The I'm Fat Burger. The I'm Fat Pizza. The I'm Fat Grilled Cheese. It's all good. It's all amazing. It was a trial item in July. And it became a permanent menu item shortly thereafter because people loved it so much. You will too. And man, everything at Frato's is awesome. From their fries to their sides to their giant mozzarella sticks to their Cajun bites. Everything there is great. It's made by culinary students who are passionate about cooking and baking and all those things. So go try Frato's Culinary Kitchen again, 628 South Roselle Road in Schaumburg, FratosPizza.com. First email of the show, Rick, comes from someone whose name I forgot to put down. I'm sorry. He says, hey, Fats, I made a trip into the city last week and hit a few breweries, but the last stop of the night was Pauline G's. Has been on our list to go for quite some time, and it did not disappoint. The U.S. Pizza Cup winner pizza was one of the best we've had in a long time. It's a Detroit style, which is quickly growing on me as a go-to when I can find it. U.S. Pizza Cup winner. Here it is. Sharp white cheddar. Okay. Mozzarella, pepperoni cups, house-made bacon jam, red sauce, ricotta, basil, and Mike's Hot Honey. And he attached a photo there, Rick. I think you can see it on our little document. He's
That
showing
is
us
wonderful.
the leftovers. I love the dollops of ricotta.
Mm-hmm.
That would be ricotta, not mozzarella, right?
Correct.
We'll share this photo on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, you should be able to see it. That looks fantastic. And he's got the grate. Look at him with the pizza grate underneath.
Right.
The show comes full circle. All right, so that is called Pauline G's.
That's really interesting. Man, the rise of Detroit style pizza in the last 6 months maybe?
Yep.
Has been significant.
Definitely. I'm trying. I think he might have actually. I'm sorry. It's Paulie G's. He had a typo on there. It's in Wicker Park. That's the one you want. Paulie G's, not Pauline G's. Paulie G's. He might have been doing voice text on that one. So there you go. But It's awesome. So go check that out.
All right. This one is from Matt. Hey, Fats, a couple episodes back, there was a mention of Alexi Ramirez eating a donut with mayo on it, and it triggered a memory of one of the most absurd food combinations I've ever heard of. Years back, while working at a meat market, I had bought a dozen donuts for Sunday morning. One of my coworkers, who was probably in his mid-60s at the time, grabbed a glazed donut, and he proceeded to head to the deli slicer to cut himself 2 pieces of bologna. He ripped the top of the glazed donut off, put the 2 pieces of bologna in the middle, topped it with the other half of the donut. I thought he was making a joke, but he began eating it and told me he used the bologna on the donut because the donut itself was, quote, too sweet. This remains the most absurd food combination I've ever heard of, and was curious if either of you have your own crazy food combination or have ever experienced something as absurd as this in real life.
Boy, that is... Just the concept of too sweet does not translate with me.
Right.
I've heard people say too rich as well, like when describing chocolate or whatever. That's not a thing for me. But cutting a sweet with a savory is not absurd. We talk about Fry the Coop has the donut chicken sandwich. That's pretty normal.
Yeah.
But bologna?
Yeah, especially if you have all those options.
Yeah.
And you go bologna.
Go bologna. I mean, I don't know what would be a better option. I mean, it is a very basic salty meat with not a ton of offensive, not a lot of garlic in it or anything that's going to really throw things off. I don't know. I'm struggling to think of something that would be comparable to that.
No.
That's something.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. It's controversial.
Okay.
Old people are weird.
Hashtag big if true.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like a thing that I don't know. I think of my grandparents' generation, things they did, and I say it's weird, and then I'm realizing that these things they do were because of the Depression, right? You just find ways to make things work and make things last longer, or whatever. But yeah, some of those food things. Wow, that's really you really like that, huh?
Yeah, right.
I grew up on it because it was cheap and it was available. So there you go. So I get it. All right. Sorry to call you weird. I'm stupid. All right. This one comes from Jesse from Bloomington. He says, "Hey, Fats, long time Monday morning listener while working out, still obese. Don't shame me. I just want to be alive long enough to eat more food and have a good time." Okay, fine. He said, "If you had to construct an all-star lineup of fast food items, what are you going with? Pick 1 entree, 2 sides, 1 drink, and 1 dessert." So for Jesse, he says his entree is a 5-piece Popeyes tenders. Side 1 is McDonald's fries. Side 2 is Culver's cheese curds. His drink is a cherry vanilla Coke. And his dessert is a peanut butter parfait from Dairy Queen. Okay.
Okay.
You want to go first? Or you want me to go?
If you've got it set, go for it.
All right. Fast food entree. And this might surprise you, Rick. But we're talking about drive-through places, right?
Yeah.
Raising Cane's chicken tenders are really good.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm just a chicken tender guy, man. I always have and always will be.
That's fine. I just think there's better chicken tenders out there.
The Popeyes ones, if that's where you're going, to me, they're pounded too thin. There's something about them that I'm not totally in love with. The breading is great. There's no doubt. But I'm gonna stick to my guns and go with Raising Cane's chicken tenders.
Okay.
Side 1, I'm gonna go Portillo's fries.
Yeah.
Big fan of Portillo's fries. Sticking with the cheese curds for side number 2.
Mm-hmm.
My drink is a cherry Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
From wherever you can get it. No, you know what? I changed that. If someone has a Barks Red Cream Soda, that is my go-to. And there is a cream soda at Wendy's, by the way. That's pretty close. A red cream soda at Wendy's. Mm-hmm. And then for my dessert, I'm going back to Portillo's for a chocolate cake shake.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me. That's mine.
My entree, I'm stuck between 2.
Okay.
And because Jesse went with the tenders from Popeyes, well...
do you?
No, I'm debating. Because for me, it's either the tenders from Popeyes or the double butter burger from Culver's.
Okay.
It's one of those two.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go out. I think I'll go with the tenders, man.
Okay.
And yeah, the actually the Popeyes nuggets are pretty close too. They're very light.
All right.
Side 1, I'm actually going with now maybe this, I don't know how this all pairs together, but if we're just going all-star team and kind of more in a vacuum.
Right.
Both of my sides are from Culver's.
Okay. Doing fries and curds? Or pretzel bites?
And
oh, look at you.
Pretzel bites and curd. The pretzel bites are so good. The cheddar cheese with it is phenomenal. They're always like just a little bit of crisp on the outside, really light on the inside. Truly, truly fantastic. My drink is I am going with that cream soda from Wendy's.
All right.
Now, my favorite cream soda, if we were including like fast casual, is that like Stubborn brand like agave cream soda from Jersey Mike's.
Yep. That
Fantastic.
counts. You can use that.
But it's not drive-through.
It's fast food though.
Okay, well, if I can use that, I'll use that.
That's it. We're getting Jersey Mike's.
Yep. And then dessert-wise, this one always changes for me. It's just a matter of when. So at the moment, I'm going with the Boot Daddy from Andy's.
Okay, solid. I had Andy's the other day. Got my little, I can't remember what it's called, freezer, where they pour the pop into the ice cream. That's what I always get. I get the cream soda, one of those. That's fantastic. Yeah. That's pretty solid. I will say, seasonally, I would replace the Culver's cake shake with a Shamrock Shake. I love the Shamrock Shake.
Okay.
So that's mine. All right, I think we got one more.
Yeah, we got one more from Tim. Hey, Jay and Rick. So listening to the podcast, my surprise hearing that Baker Square is still open, I decided to do some research. There are 5 restaurants in the Chicagoland area opened, but the Orland Park location is open for pie purchases only, not the full restaurant. This is a game changer. The 5 locations are in Illinois are at Foster and Harlem, Melrose Park, Orland Park at Famous Dave's, Palatine, and Woodridge. There's also one in Cherville.
Cherville might be the closest one to me. It's Cherville or Orland, probably.
Mm-hmm.
We should do me and you should do a Baker Square mandate.
Okay.
I'll get a French dip and some pie.
Yeah, man, that was when we used to, every Sunday used to be going to my grandparents' place. And, well, sometimes it'd be either way, Saturday or Sunday, whatever. And we would always either go to Colonial Cafe or we would go to Baker Square. It was like, okay, old people, where do they want to go? Baker Square.
Yeah.
Okay. Colonial Cafe. Sure.
Lots of food for value. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. That was where we went, but it was delicious every single time.
The thing I miss the most during the pandemic is diners. Eating breakfast at a diner. And I would count a place like Baker Square or a place like that Colonial Cafe where I've been. Dinery food. Like family owned, sit down, waitress, everybody gets water and bread, the whole thing. That is what I miss the most. And I think we did it once this summer, but we were outside. It's weird, like the things that you take for granted. Yeah, I take for granted spending $60 for breakfast. I really do. I'm like, God, man, this place in Homewood called Grady's, which is great. It's a wonderful diner. Yeah. But every time we go, like, we get breakfast entrees and we leave them, like, that was like $55 with tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's
not great.
No.
That's why, My eating habits have changed so much with the new shift. Because, well, it's not even that new anymore. Just like I barely eat breakfast, and then I have a huge lunch, and then I'll almost like do a small, or at least what I would consider a small meal or a big snack for dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the new clock is weird. And I didn't realize
because it's a late lunch.
Yeah.
Too.
I didn't realize how now that I'm like in more of I work 7 to 4 or 7:30 to 4, but in a typical like 9 to 5 style job, how much better that is for my meals.
Yeah.
Like I have normal meals 3 times a day.
Yeah, it's got to be nice.
It is. I didn't realize that what I was doing when I was working your shift was weird because I'd just been doing it since 2009. Like I've been doing it forever. So it was just my life and it didn't feel strange. But now that I'm in a more, I guess, like more traditional routine, I'm finding I'm not eating nearly as much. But I'm still eating terribly. So I've got that going for me.
Okay. You're not helping the resume. The resume as of late.
Well, I had a sell, but then I went and had zingers. I offset the sell, and I promise.
Okay.
Like tenfold.
Okay. All right.
I should have just gone to Sbarro.
You could have.
I have not been to Sbarro in a while. Anyway, let's wrap this up. We're long again.
Yeah.
Woo.
I'm going to leave that right there. All right. Follow us on all of our social medias at I'mFatPod, I'mFatPod@gmail.com. Check out the Patreon, TeePublic. There's going to be a sale like within 7 days of any time you ever mention TeePublic.
Yep.
So check that out. Subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, and resubscribe to the podcast. Subscribe, and you can just like chill. Just like hit subscribe and let it go for YouTube. We need to get to 1,000 to be able to do special things. By special things, I mean have a link that doesn't say have a million numbers to it.
I think we might have that now. I need people to try it. YouTube.com/I'mFatPodcast. It won't give me I'm Fat Pod for some reason. So try it. See if it works. Experiment for us and let us know. YouTube.com/I'mFatPodcast and see if that works.
Cool. And check out our sponsors, Charlie, the Baking Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Frato's Culinary Kitchen, and I Love Fries. So for Jay, I'm Rick, and this is the I'm Fat Podcast.
All right, I think we got a lot accomplished here today.